Hi, this is VR Tapscott. Welcome to another episode of Recycled Drivel, where not only do I take stuff I wrote a couple of years ago and talk about it, I'm also slowly converting it to video. I consider this pretty much the ultimate upcycle. All rights reserved, copyright 2025 by VR Tapscott. Okay, episode number 3, Speaking of Smelling, written October 8th, 2022. You ever think about what goes into smelling? It's an interesting question, really. I mean, the human nose is very sensitive to different types of smells. I mean, really sensitive, and there's thousands of little nodes that do the detecting. It's kind of weird to think about, but smells are just chunks of stuff floating around in the air. Of course, the chunks are so tiny as to be completely invisible. That's why filtration can remove smells from the air. It's removing the bits and chunks of smelly stuff. Obviously, smells are smaller than dust and require a finer filter. So if you breathe in some chunks of smell, they hit the olfactory sensory neurons, which are located up high inside your nose. Those smell sensors are hooked up pretty directly to the brain, so smelling is a pretty high priority. I suppose it makes sense from an evolutionary standpoint. I mean, smelling a predator before it grabs you, or smelling a bad food fast enough to keep from eating it. But come to think of it, fast food is bad enough. But I digress. The chunks of smell go up the nose and into the nasal passages. Interestingly enough, you have another nose in your mouth. The back of your throat has a direct channel up to the nose and helps you taste your food. Taste and smell are combined, and that explains why things don't taste so good when you can't smell them. I suppose, again, from an evolutionary standpoint, that having taste and smell so closely bonded was to keep you from eating something rotten that would kill you. Handy stuff, huh? Interestingly enough, some of the most potent memories are brought out by smells. Ever been someplace and smelled a smell, and all of a sudden you were transported back years to some event in your life? The smell of cinnamon rolls and baking, and all of a sudden you remember the time your sister and you made cinnamon rolls when she came visiting many, many years ago. Certain aftershades or colognes that make you think of certain people. I have an odd one, a body wash that I love the smell of, even though it reminds me of high school locker room showers. Odd that I never liked to have to shower in public, but that memory is still there. So spend your day wandering around smelling stuff today. Fall's in the air, just close your eyes and breathe in the memories. And go ahead, have that pumpkin spice latte.